Welcome back to Allan Plays the Game of Thrones RPG. If you're just joining us, I just formed a suit of armor of the gold cloaks so that I can infiltrate their keep because I'm looking for my brother going. So here goes nothing. I can't imagine anything going badly here. I should have filled up some flasks actually, to be honest. In fact, is that still possible? Doesn't seem like it.
It's hopeless. With all the lashes this bastard is taking, he won't live to see another day.
What's the matter?
Where is the commander? I haven't seen him for some time.
He left for the Red Keep earlier.
Commander Janis Slint spends a lot of time there these days.
Actually, he goes there more and more often. I heard that he might become a lord or something.
I wagered 8 coins that the louse in the dungeon buys it the day after tomorrow.
Considering how the commander's treating him, there's no way you'll win.
I'm curious. No one seems to mind.
I've really had it with all this. If Harold wants to find out who this corpse was, why doesn't he look into it himself?
Not so loud. If he hears us, we're headed straight for the hole, or worse.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
You were speaking of an unidentified corpse, were you not? Do you know if it's possible to see it?
The body of the nobleman? You think you'll be able to find out who it is? I've just spent over 6 hours trying, friend. There are more noble houses in King's Landing than lice in a brothel, so good luck with that.
Anyway, the body is downstairs. If you want to see it, you'll have to ask Caron. He's the one who guards the entrance to the basement.
I see. I have to know if it's my brother they speak of. I need to find a way to get down there.
Inner monologue.
Storing is wearing a tabard.
Come on, it's a bit of fun. The prisoner couldn't care less, you know. He's going to die anyway. We may as well try and make a bit of money from his death.
What do you want?
I heard there were wagers being taken on the prisoner.
Yes, my friend here is taking part in a little game. He and his friends are wagering on the murderer locked up down there. All the others are dead. He's the only one left.
We're not abusing him or anything. We're just wagering on when we think he'll die. It's no skin off his nose as far as I can see. If you want to get a bet in, you'll have to ask Sir Caron.
Isn't it a little cruel? I don't know. He's a murderer.
Arms in his damn book.
Dozed off again at the entrance to the sewers. Tough luck, eh? Right next to where the murders took place.
Don't
With
you
Sir
find the
Harold.
commander
Said all about it.
towards that body stored down there a little strange?
Not really. We'll find out which house he belonged to, someone will inform them, and then we'll hear no more.
Yes. But the commander seemed pretty desperate for us to burn the dark-haired boy's body as quickly as we could. It's a bit fishy if you ask me, and I have a feeling it has something to do with gold. Yes? Can we help you?
What's the name of the commander again? I keep forgetting.
Are you new around here, or simply an idiot? His name is Janos Slint. Be sure to remember it this time, or you won't last long around here.
He's at the Red Keep at the moment. I'll show you who it is when he gets back.
Don't
So,
you find the
Bentley,
commander's
I hear you
attitude
got
towards
caught
that
sleeping
body
on your
stored
watch
down
yesterday.
strange?
Yeah, I dozed off again at the entrance to the sewers. Tough luck, eh?
And then we'll hear no more.
Right next to where the murders took place. And Sir Harold has heard all...
Only you could fall asleep right next to a crime scene.
Yeah, Sir Harold hasn't had me relieved for at least 2 days. But it could have been much worse.
Hello there, friend.
Sir Harold is the one who manages the relief team, is that right?
Not just that. He's also the officer in charge of stewardship. And he doesn't mess around. The other officers can throw you into the dungeons or give you extra duties whenever they please. But Sir Harold, he's the worst.
Yeah, once he has it in mind to punish you, he'll drag you through the 7 hells.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I want to go up there, get a good view of the city.
Maybe when you're an officer. But until then, dream on.
Hey, you. Don't I know you?
Maybe. My friends tell me I have a pretty common face.
Yeah. Well, what do you want?
I want to place a wager on this prisoner too.
That's great. The more the merrier.
I want to see what I'm putting my money on first, though.
Go ahead. If he's dead, let me know immediately.
Haven't seen you before. What brings you round here? Did you come to see the prisoner?
Yes, I want to see what state he's in before making a wager.
You'll have to come back later then. I shut the door. With this much money at stake, I don't want anybody getting any ideas. I wagered that he would live 3 more days, and I don't want anyone killing him when I'm not looking.
I see. No! His clothing. It carries the crest of Sarwick. All that effort. And for what? Gawain! No! I can't believe it! Perhaps it's someone else. A servant. Anybody. Wait. What's this? A letter? By the flame! And the girl's lock of hair is still attached to the letter. It really is him. Forgive me, little brother. I should have returned sooner. What on earth were you doing in that cellar, Gawain? Why did someone want you dead? His murderer. He's here somewhere. And he will give me answers.
So, how's it going? Did you find out who it was? I'd rather get rid of the body before it starts to rot.
No. No, I have no idea.
Yeah, I suspected as much. Even his assassin wasn't able to tell us anything.
He's locked up in here, isn't he?
Yeah, in a cell close by. But I am in charge of the keys, and I open the doors for no one.
I need to see him.
No way. There's too much money at stake for me to let anyone see him. If you kill him, I'll lose all my money. And that would really get my knickers in a twist.
If you don't give me the keys, you're going to lose a lot more than your money.
What? Who do you think you are?
Listen, you brainless puppet. If you knew who you were talking to, you would beg me to take your keys. One word, just one word from me, and you'll be scrubbing the latrines of the City Watch for the rest of your life. For 50 years, my family has been related to that of Sir Harold. You know who he is, don't you?
Yes, I know.
What? Do you think I'm lying? Then by all means, go and ask him. Please, I would be indebted to you if you just went and asked him.
No need, I believe you. Cursing nobility. Here, take the damn keys. I hope you choke on them.
Why, thank you. Now leave this tower and take that other guard who's waiting next door. I need to be alone. Go and make your rounds or whatever, and watch your tongue. If everything goes well, I'll do my best to forget this most displeasing conversation.
Did you get a good eyeful, you son of a whore?
I ask the questions here. You're Oris, aren't you?
Bugger off.
Listen to me, fool. I'm not a gold cloak, but I can kill you right now if you so wish. On the other hand, should you answer my questions, I'll make it worth your while.
You're not from the City Watch? If you're telling the truth, I have nothing to lose. Ask your questions.
It was you who committed those murders in the sewers, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was me. With my boys. I'm not in here for nothing.
Who? Who hired you?
That bastard. Janos Slint. It was the commander of the City Watch himself who told me to slit the throats of the two men hiding in that damn cellar. We'd known each other for some time. He came to me in the tavern I frequent. He said he had a job for me. Said it'd pay 300 silver stags. Enough to feed us all for more than a year. I asked for part of the money up front, as I always do. He told me to meet him at his office, and everything went well. But when two of my men and I came to collect the other half of the money after I'd completed the job, he had us thrown into this hole. He tricked me.
How did you meet? Did you serve as a gold cloak?
No, not at all. But I've done this kind of favor for the commander in the past. There'd never been any problem until now, so I didn't have any reason to doubt him. As I told you, I was in his office upstairs when he made his offer. He paid me the advance without any trouble. When he left to get the money, I took a quick look around his office. There was a letter. I can't read, but I recognized the seal I saw at the bottom of that letter. It was Valar's, the Queen's lapdog.
Valar? Are you sure?
I know what I'm talking about. He and his Bloodseekers have been getting in our way since they came to King's Landing. We're needed less and less because of them. I realized too late that it was them I was working for. I should have turned down this offer.
The Bloodseekers. Those damned thugs. If Valar really is behind all this, that letter may just help me bring him down. I have to get into this office.
Get me out of here! I told you everything you need to know. Your turn to help me. These scoundrels of the City Watch betrayed me, and now they're wagering on when I'm going to die. I'm the leader of the Reapers. If you save my life, you won't regret it.
Oh, that must be a tough choice.
If you're telling the truth, and I find the letter you spoke of, then maybe I'll come back to free you. But if you're lying, by R'hllor it will cost you.
Best if I stay here and wait. I don't have a chance on my own.
Find out which house you belong to. Someone will inform them.
This tier is for officers only. You've no right to be here. Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've been ordered to collect some important documents for the small council of the Red Keep.
Oh? Upon whose orders?
Commander Janos Slint in person.
The commander? Why would he ask you to do that?
Forget what I just said. If I want to get up there, I'll have to learn more about the...
Oh, there are so many of them. Yeah?
Excuse me, I heard you talk about Sir Harold. Is he truly that bad?
Let me guess. You're a new recruit, eh? So let me give you a good piece of advice. If there's one man you shouldn't hurt, it's him.
Yeah, Sir Harold is the worst. I remember one day, one of the guards joked about his height. Nothing harsh, just a little laugh, you know. Well, he found out about it. The poor sod's been on latrine scrubbing duty ever since that day.
Keep away from him as much as you can. Yeah?
Excuse me.
Keep a corpse we're storing is wearing a
First time
tabard,
that we've done
but I
it.
can't figure out which house they belong to. So many of them.
Tough luck, eh?
Hello there, friend.
I couldn't help but overhear your conversation. Were you just talking about a murder?
Oh, you mean you haven't heard about it? Now don't you worry about it. The commander's already found the killers, and they're getting familiar with the dungeons. He's not commander for nothing, eh? He's at a private meeting at Red Keep as we speak. He's a big man, our commander.
Right next to where the murders took place.
Yes? Can we help you?
What's the...
He's at the Red...
Really?
Yes? Can we help you?
Is that body down there one of the victims of the sewer murders?
Yes. And since he's a nobleman, we're keeping him where it's cool while we wait to be told what to do with him. It shouldn't take long to find out who he was, as we already know the identity of the other victim.
It's kind of strange, actually. The other one was just a peasant's son. A dark-haired boy known as Cedric. But no one knows anything about the nobleman. Why was he hiding in the sewers with a poor merchant boy anyway?
Forget about it, Morton. At the end of the day, they're both dead.
So, Benfried, I hear you got caught sleeping on your watch yesterday.
Yeah, I dozed off again.
So, how much you want?
I'm not sure yet. I'll...
Figure out which house.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've been...
Oh? Upon whose orders?
Commander...
The commander? Why would he ask you to do that?
I was traveling by his side to the Red Keep. Once there, he said he'd forgotten some documents and that I had to quickly return them to him or there'd be trouble.
Yeah. When the commander gives an order, you better do as he says. I'd rather not have any trouble. Go ahead. But move your ass.
Wait. It's the personal seal of the City Watch commander. Better take it. I will probably need it to free Oris. So that's the famous letter. Oris wasn't lying. I swore to help him if he was telling the truth. But am I really obliged to keep this promise? If things get out of hand, I risk my own skin. All that for the man who killed Gawain. Let's have a look.
Did you find the letter? See, I wasn't lying.
Yes, you were right. And I may need you and your men sometime soon, so I'll help you. But this won't be easy. There's no room for error. If we make even the slightest mistake, the whole city watch will come down on us.
I don't have anything to lose anyway. Untie me. Thank you. What's your plan?
We're going to pretend that you're under my guard by order of their commander. If we can fool the guards, we shouldn't have any trouble.
I like the way you think. If we succeed, it will be a remarkable feat.
And if we fail, it'll be a slow and painful death for the both of us. May the light show us the way.
Hopefully I didn't need to go pen anything with the seal first.
What's all this commotion? And what is this criminal doing here? He's supposed to be in the dungeons.
Commander Janos has given the order to set this man free.
If the commander had given such an order, I'd know about it. I'm in charge of the dungeons, no one else.
I understand, but this prisoner's release has to be kept secret. The commander has asked me personally to see to it. The commander entrusted me with his personal seal to ensure that his orders would be followed. Here it is.
But what about the wages? It was the commander who started it all. What shall we do with all the money?
That's not my problem. I'm just in charge of freeing the prisoner.
No. The commander was very clear. This prisoner was not to be released under any circumstances. We'll wait for Commander Janos to return in order to get this straightened out.
Ruh-roh.
Well, then you leave me no choice. I pray that Relor will welcome you with kindness. Rest in peace.
By the Seven! Help! Rally the City Watch! They killed Charon!
What is this? Holy shit. This is gonna go over well, I'm sure. Basically wipe out the gold cloaks on my own.
You're free now. R'hllor has guided us thus far.
Your god had nothing to do with it, my friend. Your sword is what worked all the miracle I witnessed today.
Whatever it may be, you owe me now.
Yes, I give you my word. If you ever need me and my men, come to our den. Until then, old man, I must go and dress my wounds now.
Am I not merciful? Oh, did it actually remove those? No, it did. New trait. Deflection +1.
So, sir, did you find out what happened to your brother?
Yes. Valar had him executed. Mark my words. I am going to find this murderer and cut him down where he stands.
I'm afraid that's not possible, sir. He left during your investigation with at least 100 men.
Ice and death. This wretched dog knows no limits. He killed my brother, and now he's trying to undermine any hope I have of gaining the Queen's favor. I must speak with Lord Halton immediately.
He awaits you at his residence.
Alistair, were you able to discover anything?
I know what happened. The murderers in the sewers were targeting a boy by the name of Cedric Rivers. His last name leaves no room for doubt. He's a bastard child, just like those the Queen is hunting down. But the assassins also killed whoever else was in the hideout at that time. And that's how Gawain fell victim to them.
How can something this dreadful have been allowed to happen?
He really is dead. His body was moved to the city watchtower. I saw it with my own eyes.
And the father, that poor boy. Sir Desmond told me of the bandits you encountered. Was it they who killed Gawain?
The Reapers did the dirty work. There's no denying that. But they were just pawns. They are now paying for their crimes.
What do you mean?
I coerced some of their members to tell me what happened, and that information led me to the city watchtower. That's where I found Gawain's corpse. But that's not all. The leader of the Reapers, the murderer himself, was locked up there. He confessed everything. The commander of the city watch paid him to carry out the task. Then he left him to rot in the dungeons, so that the crime would never be traced back to him. And here is the proof. Look at this letter. It was Valar himself who gave the assassination order to the commander of the city watch. He's behind everything.
Are you saying your half-brother murdered Gawain? I do not understand. Why would he do such a thing?
Look at what's written here. See that you do not leave any witness. He must have known that Gawain would be with Cedric. Valar was trying to capture my brother after all. This was an ideal opportunity for him. He didn't leave him any chance of clearing his name.
You believe he acted out of revenge?
Obviously. He wants to wipe out the Sarwiks and take control of Rivers.
I don't know if that's actually that
Valar
obvious.
used this opportunity to get rid of him. One less obstacle in the way of his conquest. He is now assured that he will become head of House Sarwick, being both my sister's husband and my father's only descendant.
What are you planning to do?
Gawain was my brother. I can't just let that bastard Valar destroy my family. He will pay with his blood. I'll never let that wretch take the ancestral lands of House Sarwick. I already have this letter which proves his involvement in the sewer murders. I have to find out what it is that links these murders and expose Valar's treachery. Once the people learn of his treachery, the Queen will have no choice but to sever her ties with him.
You are right. The answer probably lies with the bastards that the Queen is hunting down.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, if you think about it, isn't that what all these murders have in common? All the victims were bastards. In fact, you helped track one of them down yourself, didn't you?
This bastard child was related to an enemy of the Queen. Both are dead, on her orders.
Indeed. But I think that the hounding of the bastards hides more than a simple plot. After all, why did she have to call on you? If these targets really were enemies of the Crown, why didn't she send the gold cloaks?
Indeed. She chose an inconspicuous method every time.
The Queen does not wish for this matter to be made public.
These bastards are not chosen at random. Valar himself is one, but he's not worried. So there must be some other link between them. But what? I can't put my finger on it.
I might have a lead on this matter. One of my contacts at court passed a letter on to me. It's from Lord John Arryn himself, the King's Hand. He sent it to the Red Keep sometime before his death. It was meant for Grand Maester Pycelle, who sits on the Royal Council.
I knew the Lord of the Eyrie well. We were acquainted at the Battle of Stag's Mount.
He was a worthy man. His death has deeply saddened me. But in the light of the information contained in this letter, I fear that his death is far from natural.
What do you mean? What does this letter speak of?
Well, John Arryn asked the Grand Maester to consult a book on the lineages of the Seven Kingdoms. And this came after he was seen in the company of Stannis Baratheon, visiting various dens of ill repute. It caused quite a stir. If you're unfamiliar with these two men, they have long established reputations of unfailing virtue. Normally, neither of them would ever frequent that kind of establishment. After a little investigating, I learned that the Hand had visited half a dozen bastards that day, one of whom was the potter that you and Sir Valar killed.
You think that because he was walking about town and consulting some tome on lineage, that someone had the Hand of the King assassinated?
Think about it. If John Arryn discovered something about those bastards that someone powerful didn't want him to know, I have a feeling that this book on lineages holds the key to this mystery. And I've sent word to a man capable of shedding light on all of that for us. He's a Maester of the Citadel called Rupert. He's also an expert in ancient texts, and it just so happens that he has worked on the book. I do not know him personally, but he has agreed to meet with us. He was asked to bring a copy of the tomb.
Why call on this Maester Rupert?
Grand Maester Pycelle is the Queen's loyal servant. It would be highly inadvisable to contact him directly. However, there is still one concern to settle: the payment.
How much is he asking for?
That's the problem. He does not seek money. If he did, this matter would already be settled. He wants a particular settlement, but he refuses to explain himself in writing. He would rather discuss this in private.
Fine. I will meet with him. Where can I find him?
The meeting has been arranged near an illegal arena, hidden in the sewers. I sincerely hope he will give us the help we need. I've already taken the liberty of sending Sir Desmond there, as he knows these parts well. He will be able to come to your aid if something goes wrong.
Thank you, Lord Halton.
Very interesting. Time for a cut.